Hi everyone, this is Year of the Book. My name's Lucy, and I thought it was probably about time that I did a new channel intro. I started this channel at the start of 2026. We're halfway through the year, so I thought maybe it's time to introduce myself, tell you a little bit more about my channel and my writing. I started Year of the Book as a companion to beginning my writing journey. So I've spent a large part of my childhood and adult life writing stories, but just kind of on the side when the mood took me, when I was traveling, I would write bits of things here and there. Often they remained unfinished, never really had any intention of doing anything with them. I had ones that I wanted to finish and never got around to doing. And I guess I made a kind of New Year's resolution that this was going to be the year that I'm going to write them down and I would like to publish them in a short story collection. Hence the name Year of the Book. Now, after a few months, it became apparent that it's incredibly difficult to publish short story collections. Not really that marketable, apparently, unless you're a very well-known author already. So the plan has evolved, but I keep the title of the channel because I like it. And it reminds me of my starting point and how much I've learned so far. So on this channel, I post maybe 3 different types of videos. So the first are writing videos. So I do write nights. Those are my writing sessions that I do usually around twice a week. There's some variation. And in those sessions, I'm basically taking you through the writing session or the evening with me, telling you what I'm working on, what I'm struggling with, what I'm learning, what I'm changing along the way. Then, alongside those, I also have kind of reflections, lessons, insights, and those are basically the things that I'm learning on my writing journey. They are usually things about writing, but they're not necessarily technical things about sort of prose or structure. They might be things about publishing. They might be things about different types of writing, like short stories or flash fiction. And these are always coming from my perspective and my experience. I'm not a professional. Take that however you will. They're kind of reflections, basically, things I'm learning. Now, the important thing to note is that the things that I'm learning are changing all the time, right? This journey is dynamic and evolving. I'm learning so many things about writing from making this channel, from writing myself, from watching other YouTubers talk about writing. So it's really kind of an ever-evolving journey. And I'm basically just reflecting on those things as I go through my journey. The other type of video that I post sometimes is more to do with reading and different books. And again, they're kind of reflections. You've got to understand that a lot of what I'm saying on my channel is essentially an externalization of the inner monologue or dialogue, the conversations that I have with myself. This is a way for me to put those out there and turn it into an actual conversation. So I'm thinking about, themes that I've noticed in books, things that I like or don't like, and the things that I've read, and reflecting a bit on my sort of journey as a reader as well, because I think that that's also something that is dynamic. I don't have fixed preferences in books. Who does, right? Those things also change. So I'm also talking a little bit about that. Occasionally, I might also post travel vlogs about writing. So that's because I travel fairly frequently for work, and I find that when I'm by myself traveling, I actually have more headspace for writing than when I'm at home, where I'm also a parent, working, and all these kind of daily responsibilities. So I sometimes post those travel writing blogs as well. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about me. So I live in the UK. I'm from the UK originally, and I work as an academic. I work almost full time. So most of my creative writing is happening on days off when I'm away from home or in the evenings. So I have to work around those things. And, in my job as an academic, I actually write all the time. It's kind of a core part of my job. I read a huge amount and I write a lot. But I'm really a beginner in the sort of creative fiction writing journey. So, those two genres of writing are so different. So I really think of myself as a beginner in that regard. But you might see that I'm quite often bringing probably quite an analytical lens to how I'm thinking about writing, reading, literature, and so on, because I can't help but kind of overthink things. One of the guiding kind of principles that I have on my channel is that I want to document my writing journey in a really honest and transparent way. So that means that I'm also sharing with you the struggles that I'm going through, whether that's self-doubt, imposter syndrome, rejections, endless editing, all those things. I want to share them with you as well. And that includes reflecting on, things that I've done wrong or mistakes that I've made or things that I'm not doing in my writing that maybe I should. I want to openly reflect on those things and share those reflections with you as well. So that's also something that's really important to me. None of my videos are scripted. Sometimes I've made some notes on my phone or on paper, and sometimes I have run kind of an internal script because that's how my brain works. So I have a kind of monologue in mind, and sometimes that just comes out. But they're never scripted. There's often quite a lot of rambling, tangents, that sort of thing. I'm okay with that. I also found out since starting this channel that I am autistic and ADHD, and I'm still learning to navigate life with this new knowledge about myself, but I'm also thinking about how my writing journey changes because of that. And what I mean by that is I'm making adjustments to my perspective on my writing and my goals, and making adjustments to my writing routines and rituals to make them work better for me as a neurodivergent person. So sometimes I might post the odd video talking about that as well. So that's it. The other thing to say is that it is incredibly hot outside here today, and it is particularly hot in this room. You may see a sheen of sweat forming on my face. Can't do anything about that. So I hope if you're also experiencing the heat wave at the moment that you manage to stay cool, don't overexert yourself, and happy writing. If you like my videos and if you want to join the writing journey, then please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!